Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Color with Donna in Coloritaville. In today's video, which is my finished pages for the month of March. It's hard for me to believe that we are this far into the year already. So yeah, I am filming this video a few days early. So I'm not sure if I will hold it back or if I'll go ahead and publish. But any pictures that I color for the next few days that are left in March, I will save those to show to you guys in April. But I've been going through some of my books and supplies, and I wanted to go ahead and get books back on the shelf and everything. So I wanted to go ahead and get this filmed. So let's jump in. As you guys know, I have been purchasing some of the Hatchet Hero books. So you will see some of those that I have colored in already. And I will also be doing a separate video of the Hatchet Hero Disney books that I have received thus far. And then I will do another video as the others finally get here. So that way you guys can see all of my Disney books. Next month, I will begin a Disney month, and it will be myself and Shayna from Shayna in Colorland, and we'll be coloring in Disney. I believe that's going to be hashtag Spring into Disney 2021 or hashtag Springing into Disney 2021. But we will let you know when the month gets started. I'm going to be doing that for for April and for May. Because some of the books that I have on order will not be here until closer to May. So I will probably be ending off the springtime. We'll be doing hashtag mystical 2021 and hashtag spring into Disney 2021 or hashtag springing into Disney 2021 through the end of May and maybe even through part of June. I looked it up, and March 20th through June 20th is spring this year. So there'll be a lot of Disney for that. So I'll probably leave that hashtag active. And I hope Shayna is on board with that. But I'll maybe leave that hashtag active through the entire spring, if that makes sense. So be looking forward to that. But we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to get a sip of my drink. Okay, so all of these aren't Disney, but there are some Disney in here. Excuse me, hold on. Allergies. Okay, sorry guys. When those allergies hits, sneeze and coughs just come from every direction. I apologize, and please excuse the cough. Okay, I colored in my I Love Mermaids or my I Heart Mermaids book this month, and I did this picture here. And if any of you count the number of my finished pages, please let me know in the comments. If you don't mind, I'm not going to be counting these as I go forward. But I have been reusing my little sticky notes, and I think this is month 3 on the same ones that I've just been reusing over and over, and that's working. So I feel like I'm doing my part to help save the environment. All right, and I have this Mickey book here. This is a Hatchet Heroes book. I cannot pronounce a lot of these words that are either in French or Spanish. So this is kind of just a Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, that type of book. And I did this image here with Pluto and the hot dogs. And I completed that with my Prismacolor pencils. I believe it was Prisma. Okay, and then I'm really going to try to slow down a little on these because someone had asked me last month if I could, slow down a little bit when showing my finished images. This says Historias de Amor. I'm going to believe that probably says History of Love, something to that effect. And it is a Hatchet Hero book. And I did Lady and the Tramp. I did this with my Prismacolor pencils, and then I used gel pens for the background. And I did Bambi and Bambi's girlfriend. I am not sure what her name is, so if you know her name, feel free to tell me. And again, that was pencils for the deers, and then I used gel pens for the background. I have Disney mandalas. This is the smaller one from Hatchet Heroes. And I colored this one here with Rapunzel from Tangled. And this was done with all pencils. These Disney books have really got me using my pencils, so it's a good thing. I have this one, which is classic Disney's. And I did this one here. This is Alice in Wonderland. I colored in I Heart Cute Unicorns. I did this one with just my alcohol markers. And I like this because even though it is double-sided, there is like only 4 images that they use, and it's like a wallpaper and it rotates. So if you want to use your markers, you can. You're not damaging another image that's going to be used. I did this one here of the rain boots. And then I did this little unicorn mask. I used some gel pens, but it's mostly alcohol marker. Then I have another Disney book, Disney Princesses. This is one of the mini blocks. They have the larger blocks and then the mini blocks. This is from a mini block. The block ones are single-sided, which is nice. I did Rapunzel here. And this one was done with my alcohol markers. Then I have, this says Cuties. I've also seen this one called something else. I can't remember. Is it Puppies maybe? Or Babies? I can't remember. But this one's titled Cuties. For some reason, I'm thinking it's obviously maybe babies, but I'm not sure. Okay, and I did this one here. It's kind of like a wallpaper of a flounder from Little Mermaid. This one was colored with my Copic markers. And for those of you who have Copics, keep them stored on their side. I've got a really bad habit of, storing my markers upside down, not thinking, and I've never had any markers that it's really made that much of a difference in. But my Copics were like going dry, completely dry, and I was having to change nibs and all kinds of things. Once I did that, put some new ink in them and stored them on their sides, they did clear up. So that was a lot of money to lose. I was starting to really panic. I was able to bring them back, but I highly, 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 highly suggest that you always store Copics on their side. Okay, next I have, this is another Disney Mandalas book. It's larger than the other one that you saw. And I did Monsters, Inc. I really, really wanted to get into these Disney books. So I was going to try to wait, but yeah, I just couldn't do it. Here is Winnie the Pooh. And of course I had to do Alice in Wonderland. I colored in Baby Unicorns by Jeanette Woolmel. This is a Zen Doodle color book. And I did this cutie here. Has anybody noticed that these are really hard to use our markers on? That it seems to, I don't know if you guys can really see this, but you see those spots? It's almost like you can't get a good solid coat of marker. And I'm starting to notice that that's pretty prevalent in some of the Zen Doodle books, and I don't like it at all. So, but they're cute books, right? And then I colored in a Unicorn Dance Party, Jeanette Woolmel, another Zen Doodle. And I colored this one. And again, you can see those whites coming through. It was just really hard to try to get a solid coat down on the paper. I'm pretty sure this is probably what Shayna talks about when she talks about the paper that just sucks up the ink. Maybe that's what she's referring to. I'm not sure. But, yeah. I colored in Rainbow Unicorns Zen Doodle. This is by Deborah Muller. And I colored this one. Mystical Lands of Uchana. This is book 3. We colored this for Mystical 2021. And this is Peace Valley Acres. And this is my completed page for that. I did work in my Disney Character Spirals, Lines, and Dots book again. I also worked in the Disney Animals book, and there's something really funny I want to show you guys in that when we get there. But I did this one, which of course is Elsa, or yes, that's Elsa, right? That's not Anna, that's Elsa. I think. Or could it be Rapunzel? What do you guys think? Some of you guys are much more Disney people than me. Let me know. Okay. I colored one in Animal Friends, a coloring book. This is a Design Originals made by Filippo Cardu. And I did the flamingos here. Okay. Okay, here is the Lines, Dots, and Spirals and Waves coloring book, Disney Animals, that I colored in. And this is cute. Look at this, okay? Are you ready for this? You ready? That's Donkey. And Donkey is from Shrek, and Shrek is DreamWorks. And when I first said something to Gary, Gary said, oh, I think Disney brought out DreamWorks. And I did a search, and it seems that DreamWorks is Universal, also tied in with Comcast, but he's in this Disney Animals, Dots, Lines, and Spirals. So I thought it was rather funny. But then I did Chip and Dale. I did the Cheshire Cats. And I did this spiral, and I cannot remember the name. Was it Shakara, something like that? It is the it's the tiger from the Jungle Book, I'm pretty sure. I colored one in Design Originals Be Happy. This is a Casey Doodle art book by Krista Bosquet. And I did this one. Right. I have the Disney Portraits, Hatchet Heroes book. And I did Wreck-It Ralph in this one. And this is one of the large blocks. The one thing I will say about the blocks is the pages have a tendency to come loose and come out. That's the one thing that I probably don't like, but the paper is really nice. I do like these books. So, I mean, as you see, this disconnected while I was coloring. I did one in A Color My Sketchbook 2 by Bennett Klein. And I worked on this one here. And does this guy remind you of Prince, anybody? When it was still just white with no colors, as soon as I looked at the face, the facial structure, the first thing I thought was, you know, Prince, or the artist formerly known as Prince. And that's what came to mind. So I kind of had Prince and maybe his personality a little as I was picking colors and things like that. That was kind of what I had in my mind. I colored in Tabby's Tangled Art Ultimate Coloring Collection. This is Tabitha Barnett. It is 80 pages of some of her more popular images, but this is an older book, so it doesn't have like her newer books in it. This one is one from Floral Dreams. And then this one is from Gemstones, Medallions, and Other Pretty Things. And finally, this one is from Sea Circles. Sorry you guys are having to listen to Lucy. They're cutting trees across the street. They have been for days now, and she's just going crazy about it. All right, I did receive Fragile World Kirby Rosanis in the mail on its launch date, and I decided I really wanted to color one in here. And I did these cute little tree frogs. And I did this with Prismacolor Premieres. This is just a gorgeous book. I think it may very well be my favorite Kirby book. I did one in Where the Wildflowers Grow. This book was brought to my attention, and I immediately threw it on my wish list, and Deb happened to see that it was there and picked it up for me. And I did not even notice that it had disappeared off my wish list. It just came in the mail, and I was so super excited. But I did this double page spread here of just the wild flowers in bloom. I think it was meant to be like a wisteria, but I did these with glitter gel pens, and there was no way I was going to have enough of this purple to do all this. So I did purple, pinks, and then yellows, and then I needed an extra color, and my husband first goes, you know what, you need to do it in white with green at the top, and that's what I did. It was ivory with green at the top, and he's like, because it really reminds me of the Bradford pears. So that's what I did with that one. It's a gorgeous book for anybody who's wondering. It is just, it's adorable. It's got like a creamish colored paper, and I adore it. It's so gorgeous. I colored in Alice's Adventures in Wonderland coloring book. I have had this book since very, very early on in my coloring journey. I actually picked this book up at Ollie's. It was really cheap, and I really was thrilled. And then I just never colored in it because it was double-sided. But now that I'm getting a little more comfortable using pencils, I finally pulled it back out, and I did this one. Okay. Then I have The Mystical Lands of Uchana. This was book 2 by Karen E. Myers for Mystical 2021. And it was Lapis Highlands Bed and Breakfast. And here is mine from that. I colored in back to the 80s. If you remember, me and Sonia did a buddy color, and I'll be sure to have her picture listed also. I colored this one. I thought, oh, since this book's out, I was digging it. I'm like, let's just color. And then I did this one. This reminded me of Debbie Gibson a lot. And then this is the one that Sonia and I did as a buddy color. And I'll try to remember to place Sonia's picture right here for you guys to see. And if I forget, it'll definitely be in the end of the month pictures at the end of the video. This is a great book, guys. If you lived through the 80s and loved it, I highly recommend this book. I did a color one in Lovely Dresses Grayscale by Ava Brown. We did this in a color and chat. And I did this beautiful, lovely lady here. And for some reason, it reminds me of Angelina Jolie. I have Love Stories Volume 2. This is one of the large block or grand block Hatchet Hero books. And I colored Ariel and Prince Eric. I colored in Mandela's and More Coloring Book Treasury by Valentina Harper. And I colored this one. Here is Classiques Art Deco Volume 2, 100 coloring pages, Disney. This is a Hatchet Hero book as well. And I colored Ka from the Jungle Book. And these are double pages in this book. Then I, of course, colored in Woodland Hoog as a review for Debbie Densham. And the pages I colored were this one with the little snails, and I colored the rabbits. And I definitely think I'll hold on to this book and probably finish it up because I think it's really, really cute. Then I colored in a beautiful vintage creative coloring for grown-ups. And I colored this one. And this one. I colored in this Disney large block book. This is one of the fairies. Does this say maybe fairy magic or something along those lines? I'm not sure. But I colored Tinkerbell. some of the open ones that I colored. These actually came out of some of the block books. I colored Timon and Pumbaa. They just happened to fall out of those books, and so I just left them out. Snow White's. This one was from Silhouettes. This is the Winnie the Pooh. The Seven Dwarfs. And Thumper and his girlfriends. And then last but not least, this is a huge book, very, very long. This is the Disney Stained Glass book. It's a very large book. They can be quite expensive, but I think it was worth the price. And I think I found this for like $34, so I was actually very happy with that. I did the Lion King here with Simba. All right, guys, that is it for me for this month. I hope you have enjoyed getting to see my images for the month. I had an issue with the mic being muted, and I was pretty sure I unmuted it after I coughed, and I'm hoping my hand just hit it and muted it on accident, and that this whole video is not completely shot. But if there was a period there where there was no sound, you'll know why. I got it turned back on, and I'm hoping that was just a quick little blip. But yeah, thanks guys so much. At the end of this video, your images that you submitted to me will be there. I will see you guys in the month of April, and I look forward to springing into Disney with all of you for the month. We'll still be doing #Mystical2021. Be sure to like the video, leave me a comment, share it with your friends. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and be sure to ring the bell to be notified of my future uploads. Thank you guys so much. I will see you in my next video. Until next time, peace, love, and happy coloring. Stay tuned for everyone's beautiful pictures.